the person that died. It shouldn't be visible to others.
Unless because... Well, the only thing I can think is maybe it became visible to everybody because I kicked those people that weren't anybody that we knew.
Ah.
My only question is how the hell did they die up here?
They jumped.
How'd they jump? There's no spot to jump from.
Yeah, there is.
You can get up here and jump. Oh, wait, yes. Okay, maybe you can. But that is an... Yeah, it would be here because you can't make that jump from that. That's jump.
Well...
But we've got PvP disabled at the moment.
I don't know. It's fucking weird.
It's strange.
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe Mothra.
It's possible.
Yeah, they might have gotten killed by a zombo.
We do have a zombie from the base level.
Well, I also know that that add-on, if you die by falling, it's like Dark Souls, so it'll put your stuff back up on the cliff. So if they jumped off the side here.
Okay, yeah, if they jumped off the side, it would be right there, you're right. But that's weird, I mean, like, really weird.
Well, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
I had shoot in and I don't even know what it looks like.
Also, one of the reasons why I want to set up a Minecraft server, at least with Fabric, is because my parents might be getting a new internet service.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Henry Soon was complaining about his internet service.
Yeah, the internet service that we were planning on getting is Verizon because they're much cheaper than what we have now, and they're also high speed. So chances are I might get much faster internet, and that'll help maintain a stable server.
Well, that'd be nice. Yeah, like I said, we try to keep this one pretty much stable.
I need to make a freaking add-on that way the server restarts instead of me doing it.
Yeah, get the fucking one server.
How often do you have to restart a server?
It depends on how many. So it's based off of either how many people are on and how many blocks are placed. So it's got to update the chunks. So when you stop your batch file that runs the server, you'll see it go through all the screens and like the very last ones will say saving chunks from the overworld, saving chunks from the nether, saving chunks from the end, or whatever. But basically what that's doing is it's saving everything, that way it doesn't have to use the resources on your computer as if they're newly placed blocks. So the more blocks that you have placed, the more often you have to restart your server. I usually restart mine about once a day. But it also depends on, like, if you guys are all playing, I'll restart it twice a day. That way it doesn't have a whole bunch of latency problems, because that's basically what ends up happening is it causes latency. Also, the more RAM you have to run your server, the smoother it runs. I currently have this one running off of 16 gigs of RAM, so it's pretty well smooth and has very little latency.
They'll have some more RAM eventually. I'm sure we're going to proceed with that just yet.
I know what I need to do to it. I just haven't fucking done it yet because I'm lazy.
And you've got to stop.
What's that?
You're repairing your own fucking Nintendo Switch.
speaking of repairing systems, I just recently got my my classic Xbox fully repaired.
Nice. So my whole thing with repairing systems is I'm wanting to learn how to hack my Switch eventually with some mods on games. Probably not going to do that though, so the temptation is there.
My Switch is old enough that I don't have a warranty on it anymore, so we gotta take it apart and replace it, because I used it on the TV as much as I used it off the TV, so I slid my Joy-Cons in on and off a lot. The button, the ZL button is fucking broke on one of my controllers, and then I've got my joystick is broke on another controller, and the slide on the Switch where that cable actually connects up to the Joy-Con itself, it's fucking broken, so I gotta replace it.
It's not the first time you guys repaired a Nintendo console, though.
Hey, J-Dub, just out of curiosity, where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
End of insanity.
Why is that?
Well, we've lived here our entire fucking life. It's like, this state is mental. It makes people either want to lie to everybody or just explain it. That makes me want to. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
There's nothing to do here.
Ohio has the most politicians who come out of the state, and obviously the most astronauts. And I think it's got the second highest amount of serial killers.
Okay,
There's a reason why I call Ohio the state of insanity. And if you haven't noticed, it seems to be mentioned in almost every movie at one point. Especially if that film is a horror or a sci-fi show. Have you noticed that?
uh-huh.
It's like, there's one of my favorite quotes from the Looney Tunes, or from the Animaniacs. Are we dead, or is this Ohio? That is a direct quote from that.
There are very few things to do in the great state of Ohio. One is try to stay warm during the winter. Two is
For my partner, if he ever moves up here.
Two is work on your own shit, because shit's too expensive. Three is play games. Four, sit on the couch and scratch your balls and watch TV.
5, go to the local amusement and roller coasters. Yeah, that's the other thing. We've got, I think, some of the most roller coasters per capita. Because we've got Kings Island, Cedar Point,
And we have the most haunted houses in the United States. Because
I
people
worked at several of them and I had a great time.
But I live in Ohio. I'm
Why?
actually right down the fucking road.
Yep. We have known each other our entire fucking lives, haven't we?
Yeah, just the fact that you mentioned it's the place where most of the serial killers come from. That's
Second most.
second
serial
most.
killer. I'm not sure the other one. I think the other one is either New York or whatever.
Virginia.
That would be it.
You know, I would actually, for some reason, I would actually think that Michigan would be the place where most of the serial killers come from.
Well, no, Michigan is got fucking. Michigan, you've got the most crime rate, but that's literally because of Detroit.
Well, not only that, but I also hear that it's got the highest murder rate in the country.
Ohio had that for a while.
is like an hour away from us.
I was born in Dayton.
Oh, God!
You would use tunes so badly. There's probably someone else. I know that much. It was like, right now I know it's me, Juan, and Rusty. But I don't know who else. Dude's from Georgia. I know that much. I think Raz is from Australia, right? Oh, this
Call that a knot. This is a knot.
Oh, and 5, you can go fishing. That's another thing.
Oh yeah, we got a fun story with that one time though. Time me and him decided to go fishing and got attacked by a demon. You don't remember that, John? You were fishing at your uncle's lake. You don't remember that. We were fishing out in the middle of the lake in a rowboat and got the crap scared out of us because something decided to come swooping down from the trees.
Wait, what?
No. It was like we're in the middle of this lake and we've been out there fishing for most of the day in a rowboat. He had rowed us out in the middle of the lake and we're sitting there and it's starting to get dark at night. And then we hear this huge whooshing sound coming up from the trees. And this huge shadow swoops down over the boat, scaring the crap out of both of us. No. John, you remember this now?
No. I don't.
How do you not remember this? Well, then again, you have a child, so that's probably why. Make me do that too, John. But no. What it was is we got our asses attacked by a heron.
A heron?
You know, a big fucking crane. Do you remember this now, John?
I believe he wanted our fish.
Yeah, he was attacking us for the fish. It was swooping down, dive bombing us, trying to get fish. We flew one at it and it went away. But then again, this is not the only time where me and him had to deal with a fucking night terror. Do you remember when we went camping at my uncle's place, John? Back when my brother and his friends had that fucking airsoft war?
Oh yeah, when I caught the micro bass.
Nah, yeah, that was one of the things it was like me and him were hanging out by the lake in my uncle's property fishing. We weren't doing anything. We were literally just going off to do our own damn thing. Well, my brother and his idiotic friends decided to go out in the fucking woods and shoot at each other. With airsoft guns, nothing actually dangerous.
Except for brothers. That was pretty dangerous.
Yeah, my fucking idiot brother had an airsoft gun. He may still have this fucking thing. I don't know if he's dangerous. This little asshole would modify his fucking guns too.
Oh, jeez.
He'd either go in and tighten up the springs in them, or replace them with even stronger springs. So when you got shot with these things, they leave scars and just draw blood. So they were an airsoft gun, so shouldn't be doing that. Because, you know, they're mostly harmless.
My favorite was the CO2
harmless?
Yeah, he had one that was CO2 powered, but this is not the thing that is like, I know you were talking about those dangerous. My brother had one that was a fucking sniper rifle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the one you were talking about, right, John?
Yep.
He shot me between the eyes with it one time. Oh! I had goggles on, thank God, but it scared the crap out of me. He's up in the fucking tree with a ghillie suit. Yeah, but I was pissed at him, but that's not the night terror. You remember the night terror, right, John? Actually, there were several of them. Because this was the thing. We said, when night fell, everybody has to get their ass back to camp. Because we didn't want to go out in the fucking woods trying to find these 5 dumbasses. And John, what happened? Do you remember?
I don't. I remember.
These idiots did not listen. So, me and John had to go out into the woods with a lantern looking for them. John had probably the most eventful encounter out of those woods. Do you remember it, John?
I do so much stupid shit I don't remember half of it.
Your ass got attacked by the raccoon.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, he got attacked by a raccoon and told me he had to punt the damn thing out into the trees. I don't know if it was rabbit or not.
You just got me thinking of a line from the Iron Giant. You remember the raccoon, Hogarth? I remember the raccoon.
Yeah, that was pretty much what happened with us. He went and got in a fight with a raccoon. My encounter, I think, was worse, though. Do you remember what it was, John?
Nope.
Well, like I said, my stupid brother shot me with his stupid air gun. However, that air gun became important to us. Because when I went out to go and find my brothers, I think John retrieved the rest of his friends. I found my stupid brother and one of his other friends who were literally having a standoff. Both of these idiots up in deer stands in ghillie suits with their fucking snipers. They're up there, and I go out into the woods to try and find my stupid brother. And I hear something that I didn't want to hear. We got a couple things in Ohio that'll scare the shit out of you if you hear them in the dark. Wanna guess what it was?
What?
It was a pack of fucking coyotes.
Oh, shit.
So we had that in the woods. And I'm leading these idiots back through the woods, back towards the fucking camp by the thing. I think we had to go and get my uncle's ATV to find these morons. So did we steal the ATV? I can't remember that, John. No. We just went up to my uncle's barn, opened it up, and got the damn thing out of it. Like, we didn't actually steal it. He kept the keys in it and everything. But it was the middle of the night, so we were snatching this thing and putting it back. It was like, we went and got the ATV and we're driving through the woods to get these mods. But, as like I said, I'm on foot with a lantern, scared out of my mind, carrying around a big-ass stick, and eventually taking my brother over the lantern. I've got my fucking air rifle in my hands. Like, things are out there, and we can hear them walking around the woods and making noise that, you know, the sound a coyote makes. That, that sound like... And then we spend the rest of the night all huddled up in the same fucking tent with the fucking air gun. Like, if anything comes near this tent, we're shooting it. You remember that, John? It's like, we're freaking cowering like idiots in this stupid-ass tent in the middle of the night. The biggest thing that I remember the rest of us had that got us all freaked out, we had a fucking grass spider crawling around the outside of the tent. And we could just see this huge spider walking around on the tent on the outside of the tent. Everybody freaking out over the spider. But I could, I need to go enough to go chasing things like that. I have not caught anything like that on my... Again, it's like, I really need to go do the fishing again on my game. But yeah, as I was saying, so I was after... I have a fun story involving a grass spider I don't know if I've told before. My somewhat adopted pet I've told you guys some stories about when I worked for a haunted house, right?
Oh yeah.
Did I tell you the one about the spider?
I think I remember you mentioned something.
No, that wasn't working for a haunted house. That was 8-year-old me and my fucking nice cousin. 1 second.
I do love that story though. That was glorious.
Listen, I have a fun life. Some of my memories are upsetting at this point, but a lot of them were just somewhat miserable experiences that I would say have turned into good comedy. Listen, I will not get into the depressing shit. That's for later.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, I could give multiple of those. I think I've already told you guys that roommate experience in college. That is a very sad story that I will not regale right now. This stupid story that I'm... Oh yeah, I'm sticking with this right now. Like, this stupid story involves... It does start off a little sad. I will say that right now. I worked for 4 years for a place known as the Wilmington Haunted Hollow. We were ranked number 2 in the nation when I first started working there. It's a fun attraction, very mom and pop, very backwoods, very, very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, because we do stupid shit there. Fun stupid shit though. But, back to the story. I worked for the Haunted Hollow. This was my 2nd year working there. It's like, I had just graduated college 2 years prior at this point. So I was trying to find a stable job. Couldn't really do that at this point because don't have health insurance, so I couldn't get medication. I hadn't gotten my anxiety and panic disorder and everything diagnosed properly yet. So as you can imagine, I'm kind of jumpy. I had briefly worked for this stupid place that was this stupid little hole-in-the-wall mom and pop general store repair shop thing. Unfortunately, when I was working there, they had 2 of us on as new hires. They never told us that we were actually competing with each other to stay there. And I was the one that lost out and did not get kept. So I come back to my job working at home. Like, it wasn't a bad thing. I would still have money working there. But I'm more or less dead to the world at this point. And my job that year in the Haunted Hollow, I worked for a place known as the Asylum. The Haunted Hollow features 4 main attractions. You've got the Slaughter Hotel, which is what I'd worked my first year in. The Asylum, the Haunted Corn Maze, which I can't actually work in because I'm allergic to corn husk.
Oh dear.
And the Haunted Hollow itself. The Haunted Hollow itself is the main attraction. Hence why the place is called that. It is a bus ride through the woods.
Oh.
In a haunted trail. They've got these old school buses that they have cut the tops off, and they drive you through the woods, and they actually jump out of it. Some of them get up on the bus and harass people. I was one of them in my 3rd year. We'll save that story for later. Back to this. I worked for the Asylum. The place they kept me in that asylum was basically underneath a stairwell. There was this little cage with an opening. It looked like a grate in the wall. It was technically a grate in the wall, but it was more or less underneath a set of stairs. I had a little baby mattress that would sit on under there, and my task was to hang out in that freaking place and scream for help and beg people, "Let me out of there, please! There's darkness, they want my brain! Get me out, please!" I'd be like that underneath the stairwell. Tell me, is that something you want to hear in the dark?
Nope.
But no, it gets better. But, so like I said, not bad. I come back to the house, come back to the job, and I am dead to the world at this point. It's like, because I lost my one job, and it's like, I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do now, what I'm doing next. Like, I mean, I finally got some money and all that. I'll be fine, but I'm beat up and I feel miserable. So I'm sitting here in the dark, having myself a minor pity party in there, just sitting there under the stairs, and I feel something fall into my lap. Now this place, like I said, this is a haunted house. If you've ever been to haunted attractions, they're not exactly the most upkept or cleanliness things. Like, you've got weird little bags on the roof and things. Like, I thought like maybe a rock or maybe some raccoon shit fell from one of the spots in the ceiling. And I was like, what is that? Because it just felt like a tiny rock landing in my lap. And I turned on my flashlight and looked down. Sitting in my lap is a grass spider.
Oh,
and I'm staring at this thing and just like, huh. And as I said, I'm dead to the world. You guys have probably seen, because I know you played some games with me where you have spiders in them, right?
Yeah.
My ass is arachnophobic.
Oh dear.
And I'm staring this spider down, and as I said, I'm dead to the world at this point. My first reaction to the spider is, go away. Shoot. Get off. Go on. Go on. And my brain slowly coming out of its funk and realizing what I'm talking to and what is in my lap. And my go away, shoo, get off of me is slowly becoming more and more panicked as I realize what I'm looking at and dealing with. So I'm eventually I'm at the point where I'm screaming at this fucking spider to go away. But the best part is like, no. This is before the act even opens. And the thing with me is, when I was there, and John will tell you this, he got mad at me multiple times over this, I don't break character. I'm screaming at this thing in my crazy voice, like, get off of me, go away, get. And the guard comes and checks in on all of us. Is like, and I come out of there begging him, like, dude, there's a spider. You gotta help me. You gotta help me get rid of the spider, please. He bolts. He runs. The guard runs. And eventually, it's like over top of me is another actor. They're above me in the stairwell, a little bit further up. They're at this collapsing bridge part of the haunted house, and they're starting to feel sympathy for me at this point. They're going to ask if they want me to swap with me in places, because like they know they're not afraid of spiders. But then they realize something. My crazy ass starts talking to the spider. I gave the spider a nickname and started to treat that spider as part of my act. You want to know the name of the spider?
What?
Close. Actually, you got it. You were almost spot on with one of those. I named the spider Jiminy. And I was treating it like my conscience. And one of the things that I would yell at the guests was, please help me! Jiminy's trying to get me! He's offering me flies! He killed the cricket and stole its name! And I'm begging people for help with Jiminy. Get Jiminy away from me! Etc. Please save me from Jiminy! And then when they'd offer my help, I'm like, wrong choice. And I'd come crawling out of this vent. Like Pennywise from fucking It. Let me see if I can find the gif of it. Yeah. This is what I would do coming out of that fucking vent.
Oh my god, you really You really ended up doing that sort of like.
My legs would shoot out first, then my arms in a jerking manner, and then I would pull myself up by placing my feet on the ground and yanking myself up with my hips. I would stand up completely dead straight at an angle. It looked unnatural because I was literally moving in a way that looked like my body was breaking, and it scared the shit out of these people. And
Did they actually scream?
Yes, they panicked. They would run from me. I had people falling into the gravel and trying to crawl away from me. And it was glorious.
That is amazing, man.
The best part of it was people's reactions when one point in the fucking act, I'm cornering these people in the hall. I've got them up against the wall, and I'm basically messing with them. I'm stood over top of them. I am covered in fake blood all over my face. I'm wearing this black dress that has a hood. My temples are burned, my eyes look like I have singed them out with cigarette butts, and I've got these huge hands with claws on them that I made by basically taking fake nails and gluing them to a pair of old wool gloves.
Dude, you sound like you were dressed like Jeff the Killer.
Kinda looked like it, yes. Except I was basically someone that was meant to be in an insane asylum. Like I said, the burned temples was a shock therapy gone wrong. But I look like that, I'm going over them, and I'm torturing them, making laughs and screaming. And then I see the grass spider crawling across the wall, and I drop my axe and start going, look, it's Jiminy! And they see the spider, and all of them run. They run like they're shot at, because I'm suddenly noticing a spider and pointing and laughing at it. I don't know if it was the same grass spider or not. It was just this big-ass grass spider crawling the wall. People didn't want anything to do with it. They were more scared of the spider than me, and that was hilarious.
I would have paid to see this on camera.
I have no idea, but it was fucking hilarious. It's like, there is a trailer for the Wilmington Haunted Hollow, and I am in it briefly.
Oh, man.
Let me see.
You know, I actually...
Yeah, there it is. It's back in 2017. If you go, let me see. I'll tell you exactly the timestamp of when you want to see. If you want to see what I look like in that, because I'm in it twice, but the first time it's like I'm barely visible. At roughly 29 seconds, yeah, 29 and 30. That, like, 5-second window, I'm there, and you can see me in the hallway that I lived in. And they didn't like this. They were not happy with me coming at the camera people. These guys filmed a professional footage, and you can see me in this. I said, I'm at 29 seconds. And there's another part where they show the hall that I was in. I am in that shot, but what you are seeing is you see my hand crash across the wall and quickly disappear back into its vent. I am trying to figure out where that is in this area. This was the Wilmington Hollow, and it was an amazing time. It was one of my favorite fucking jobs I've ever had. I wish something like this was open 24/7 so I could do this.
Wait a minute. Were you in the flashing segment of the video?
Like I said, 29 seconds is what I was in that.
Oh, I thought you said 49.
No, 29.